Hello there everyone. Here's another video. This is my not a reaction. It's just my drawing I thought I'd do after the trailer, since the trailer was released. And since last time I did a Superman inspired All Might poster, I thought let's continue that theme and do the reverse, where it's a All Might pose but with Superman. And I thought it might be best to do when we first saw the full potential of All Might in the show. So yeah, the trailer was released. I do like what I see, but I feel like it's a bit too polished. Like it's a bit too clean, but they have 7 months left to edit and fix up. So maybe all of it might change. Yes, I know I'm a bit late. Like obviously this isn't me trying to do a trailer reaction or anything. It's just as usual. It's just me sharing my excitement or opinion on what I've seen, and I thought I can get it done after. And it's like, obviously my first thought was maybe I could just use an older drawing that I've never posted anywhere and just have that as a still image and talk over it, and maybe have the trailer on the side or something and go through it scene by scene, screenshot by screenshot. But then I thought, nah, I'll do a new drawing. I am kind of excited for this. I like what I'm seeing. Plus I've had the idea, so I'll end up drawing. And the drawing took me, I want to say, the drawing was roughly, I want to say, how long did I spend on this? Like it took me an hour and a half to get the drawing done. Then obviously the editing and everything, so that's why it was delayed. Plus the original idea for the drawing was to do a Superman and Spider-Man drawing, like they're just standing side by side. But then I thought let's just focus on Superman for now. Maybe when the Spider-Man movie is announced, or the cast is announced, maybe I can finish that drawing then. Hopefully I'll have that drawing finished, so it'll be a much quicker process. I guess the trailer did inspire me to draw this, since the first time we see Superman in the trailer, he's in a Yamcha pose, like he crash landed in the Arctic and he's defeated. And I'm like, okay, that's a very interesting way to interesting way to open up the trailer, where his heroes down. And I thought, because it's a new, hopeful, happier sort of take on Superman, that's what they're aiming for. They might do it different, that might not be the approach. So it's surprising. Like, okay, cool, that's nice, that's interesting. Like I said, I love the suit. Still very nice to me. It's just a bit funny that they opened up on the Yamcha pose of all things. But I guess it's the more relatable thing to do, yeah, where you show them as the underdog and then you build them up back up again, like the trailer did, and like the way people have responded to it, and the hype that's been created. I guess it's worked. But like I said, my biggest criticism is that it looks a bit too polished, as in the sense where it looks for TV, like Netflix or HBO maybe, which is a very good praise if it's HBO. But even though it's like, they still got 7 months left, and it's probably going to change. This is their first official teaser. Like not all teasers end up looking like the final product. But anyway, I like the fact that we see Clark, and he's got the messy Dan Mora style hair. Like the Frank quietly kind of look, where he's covering his forehead and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's good. But it's just funny how David is just so tall, and he really sticks out. Probably the extras, they got people who are probably shorter than David. I just noticed like, wow, he's really tall. I had to look up. I think he might be one of the tallest Supermans, or he's just as tall as Christopher Reeve. But yeah, I like the fact that he's all awkward. It's not too much so far from what we're seeing. It's just enough. And like the fact that you also see how bloody Clark's face is, he's like literally bleeding and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Like, who did that? Are the rumors of Bizarro true? That might be nice, because like we're getting crypto in this, which I do like. I like, okay, now that we see the dog, I'm like, that's nice. And I love the fact that James Gunn was brave enough to give him a cape. Like normally that's something I feel like the way most comic book movies have went is they might try and avoid that because it might be too silly, or it might be something that happens at the end of the movie. Like, the dog had to earn the cape, or the character had to earn this look, whatever. But it's like, first thing you see is he's already got it. So that might be in the middle of the movie or something, for all we know. But even still, like, Crypto has the cape. Like, he has the collar. It's like, the collar isn't that big of a deal for me, but more so the cape is, because, okay, you're really leading into the comic book aspects of the character and his lore. I like the look of what the Daily Planet, or what we can see of the Daily Planet. Then again, I was kind of hoping it might be more busy, in the sense where in the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League game, the Daily Planet, that looks packed. Like, that looks overworked and busy, and I guess it feels really lived in. Like, this still looks a bit too clean. I'm not sure how media offices are, so maybe this is accurate, or maybe this is just I've never worked in that field, so maybe it's done the way it's supposed to be done. But I do like the look. It's just nice that we might be getting more Daily Planet. And I like the font that they used in the trailer. Like it's very new, but also reminiscent of like Christopher Reeve's logo, like title font. I'm like, that's nice. The fact that he whistled to bring in crypto, and I did have my doubts about crypto. Like, I still wish it was a husky or a wolf, but from the cape really sells me on the look. And the fact that he says like, take me home, and the dog just like, alright, cool, I got you. Oh, and the very next thing is the fact that we see him saving the little girl during what looks like a giant creature attack. We can tell what it is after on the trailer. I guess it's the same scene where the big dragon is fire-breathing dragon is attacking him or something. I'm guessing it's the same scene, but he saves that little girl. And I'm like, this is what I wanted in Batman vs Superman, where during the Doomsday battle, Superman is trying to save innocence, because that felt like the movie was building towards that. Plus, it would have been better in the sense where obviously it's something that happened in the comics. During the battle, he tries saving people and blah blah blah, but naturally felt like that's what the movie was coming to, where he will be saving as many people as he can right before he gets killed. Obviously he kills Doomsday, he saves the world and blah blah, but it would have been nice to have seen it, where even though the city keeps putting him down, the world keeps putting him down and is against him, he's still going to be Superman. Like, they didn't do it, they just threw in the lines, the port's abandoned. I guess like the criticisms of Man of Steel, that there was too much destruction and collateral damage really got to them. I just felt if they did that, the movie might have been a bit better received, because it just feels like empty, like the character arc wasn't finished within that movie. But whatever, like I said, I like that we're seeing that in this movie, and I'm guessing this is like half an hour, within the first half an hour or something. I feel like the movie might open up with Nicholas Hoult as Lex. Yeah, cool. We're going for Luthor Corp instead of Lex Corp, and I guess it's a callback to Smallville. I haven't seen Smallville in a very long time, so but I do like the look of the architecture of his building, of whatever we see. Like I said, it's like a lot of it just looks too clean, very TV-esque. I'm not sure, but I know a lot of people have been loving the fact that this little kid picks up a Superman flag in this Warzone conflict and then just prays for Superman. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's like it's a bit too close to home in some regards, but maybe I need to see the context of the actual scene. But the very next scene is where people are hating him. I'm like, okay, it's like, we're getting actual polar opposites, like we're getting to see it properly. Differing opinions, like some young kids love him, and it looks like the old generation don't like him. I do like that juxtaposition. And with the one guy throwing a can at his head and he's not like moving, but obviously it's getting to him. And then the very next scene was Guy Gardner. I get it, the bowl cut is iconic, but I felt like you could have done that better. But Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, cool. It's just, okay, we're getting Guy first before everyone else. And obviously, if you've been following me on Twitter, I'm not as happy with the fact that we're getting Guy and Hal are so much older than John. But whatever. It's like, let's see how it goes. It's a pre-established world. We see Hawkgirl, which is cool. Then the dragon creature happens. I've seen a lot of people theorize that might be Jimmy, who's transformed into a dragon creature. I do like that theory, and I'm really hoping that's what happens. That it's a very Silver Age callback. This is probably the opening of the movie, just to establish Clark and his relationships and his friendship and his character. Because if he has to save his friend who got into some mess, we see the fortress, we see Kelex, everything looks good, and we see Metamorpho, Stag Industries beforehand. I feel like other DC characters come into conflict with Superman due to the ownership, or well, not ownership, protection of Metamorpho. Mr. Terrific, we get some action scene, which is nice, with the Lois and Clark relationship is going to be built on. I'm hoping she doesn't know he's Superman, but I feel like they're going to skip over that all over again, which is a kind of a miss. Like, I think it'd be nice to see that relationship develop, where she falls for Superman, ignores Clark, but then obviously she realizes they're both the one and the same, or she falls for Clark because she's working with him, and then she realizes one and the same. Like, it might be nice to see that development happen over the movie. Still, we don't know, we're just getting glimpses of everything we can see. And I do like the fact that you don't see the title in the movie. Like, they don't say it's Superman. Like, no words, it's just the release date, and that's it. Like I said earlier on, since I've done a Superman inspired All Might poster, I should do a All Might inspired Superman punch, like screenshot redraw. I tried my best to make it look like an anime screenshot. Obviously, I tried to mimic the anime's style, but also make it my own. I forgot to talk about the music. The music that we hear in the trailer, it sounds like they remixed or redid the classic theme, but more epic in a way, like more actiony and epic. And I do like what I hear, so, and it feels like what they're doing, what Michael Giacchino did, Spider-Man. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. Hopefully they do that. That's the actual theme for the movie. And I like the slow build that happened throughout the trailer, and then at the end, it ascends, and you're like, okay, that, and then they gradually just simmer down and end the trailer that way. But anyway, that's my opinion on the trailer. It's not a reaction, it's just I just want to talk about how excited I am and everything I've seen from the trailer. Like I said, one of my favorite parts is the fact that Crypto has a cape and James Gunn isn't shying away from it. So this movie is very comic booky, and that's great. Hopefully it's a good movie. Hopefully the actual movie is good and it's not one of those cases where the trailer is really good but the movie ends up being crap, because you never know, really. You never know. Thank you so much for watching. I know I didn't talk about the drawing as much, but I thought I didn't really have to, because I'm just going to repeat what I've been saying. This time around I made sure to record it from the start so you see the entire drawing process. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked what you've seen. If you agree with what I've said or maybe you have differing opinions, just comment below. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys.